So, Sword Art Online, Hunger Games, Wreck-It Ralph the movie. I don't know about you lot, but I'm personally sick of this.
Oh my god, I can't believe how much this cash cow of a theatrical release is trying to milk an 80s nostalgia. It's utterly preposterous.
Please. We as an audience have set the precedent. Stranger Things, It, the plethora of 80s movie revivals, bleh. We are our own worst enemies, TBH. And although this film has endless potential for the longest running game of spot the pop culture icon since Zoolander— wait just a cotton picking second. Did you just catch that? I just made a pop culture reference.
Bam! Just like that. That's all there is to it.
And herein lies a point most of us will never admit. Finally gonna say the title. Ready Player One is built on references and nostalgia. That much is undeniable. But I would put this forward to the jury. So is modern social cues. Honey, I couldn't tell you how many times in my multitude of failed social interactions I've made over the years, where I've made some quip towards a water cooler, current, show, film, book,
Anime.
what have you. And maybe it's because I'm the target audience. Like Parsival, my entire life is a product of the video game products I grew up playing. But I swear, every conversation I have nowadays has somebody mentioning how something is similar to X film, or a quote, or hey guys, remember the time that Lord of the Word Hugs, Ready Player One shoehorns these references everywhere regardless of context. First off, I appreciate you referring to me by my full title. Secondly, that's the point. This isn't like X-Men Apocalypse, Stranger Things, or The Get Down, where everyone is hashtag self-aware, making jibes and comments about films like they've been out for years when it's the year they came out. Ready Player One takes place when these references are old enough to be considered classic. And to make more sense of that, the main character is obsessively deconstructing these blips of 80s iconography for the sole purpose of deciphering the clues left behind by the creator of the game, who grew up surrounded by them. So it makes total sense that him and everybody who's trying to find the Easter egg are enamored by the 80s. I mean, besides the fact that it rocks. But Spielberg doesn't overload you with these references for the sake of, remember X? This is how people using the Oasis communicate, how they trust. Remember the bit where Parsival calls out Evil McEvilson /EA/ my in-game avatar is literally Senator Armstrong with a Superman head? He does it on the merit of him simply spouting pop culture references for the sake of it. Although I find it ironic how, according to this movie, corporate people wouldn't understand pop culture when they're the proprietors. So to me, the overload of references enhanced my experience rather than detracted. Hell, even the semi-forced romance felt real within the context of socially repressed gamers. Because once again, even though nobody likes to admit it, we've all done shit like this. When I used to play RuneScape, I fell in love with some player who claimed that she was a girl and PK'd fools for me. And look, I just used gamer lingo unironically, because guess what? It makes sense. When Wade calls his uncle a noob, it makes sense. He's a dude with no real life social skills. Anyway, I'm ranting at this point. What did I dislike? Well, like many other reviewers mentioned, I couldn't stand any moments when we focus on the Hunger Games rise up against the corporation act of the movie. I understand it's a classic throwback to the 80s villains, like with the Goonies and E.T., and we need some stakes. But the film would have been perfect, and the final message more resonant if it kept its focus on why we play games, look for Easter eggs, and build tangible relationships, romantic or nay, in a virtual world. Whatever, I thought this film was excellent, and a lot more emotionally impacting than Isle of Dogs, which I saw a couple of days later. Long story short, using dogs as an entity to create emotional impact is a cheap shot, but I'll talk about that another time. Don't kid yourself to be cooler than you are, and go watch a film that unabashedly reflects gaming culture like it was meant to be done. You won't regret it. Trust. Adieu.